Welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about KASPA, ticker signal KAS. So if that sounds like it could be for you, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out so much and it helps get KASPA content out there. Also, I've got a Discord, 100% free to join. I'll leave a link in the description. Scroll down, click the link and I'll see you there. Cheers, legends. Let's get straight into it. Alrighty, first up, as always, let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, absolute bloodbath. And when it's a bloodbath in Bitcoin, it is a bloodbath in the markets. So if you are still here and you haven't absolutely capitulated your bags, then yeah, hats off to you. And we had some pretty crazy price action. So we had a 21% drop and then we pumped up 21%. And then after that, we dumped all the way back down and went back down another 20%. So three 20% moves in the last 10 days. Absolutely crazy stuff. Been absolutely brutal in the markets. And this last week down, there was a lot of capitulation. Now, if you remember my Discord, which should be, I put out a buy alert for KASPA here, and I actually added to my KASPA bags at 5.8 cents. I then posted a tweet about it, so you should follow me on Twitter as well. But yeah, it was actually my largest ever purchase of KASPA. So I've been buying KASPA for years, and yesterday was my largest ever buy of KASPA. Now, sub 6 cents, I just thought that price is too good to pass up, and it's definitely not a price that I expect to see around for too much longer. But yeah, Bitcoin absolutely nuking. It looks like we are getting a little bit of relief here. You can see us putting in some higher time frame bullish divergences. And if you're not familiar with that, you can see that our RSI was oversold here at about 25. And then we have printed a higher low here while printing lower lows on the price. So in essence, the price goes down and the RSI is going up. So that's a decent indicator that there might be a little bit of strength in the market. We could potentially go lower as always, but I think there's a decent chance that the lows are in. If not, and we do have some more pain, then I wouldn't expect it to go too much further down. Now, I never like to call lows, as it is crypto, it is Bitcoin. You can never predict what macroeconomic events are gonna wreak havoc on your bags. But if we are going down lower, I really don't think that we're going much lower than maybe mid 70s. Anyway, that is Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin dumping? Well, so many macroeconomic events, so many talks about different tariffs. Also, the general market is bleeding. If you want to have a look at the S&P 500, S&P 500 has been hit 10%. Now, that is a pretty large drop. It's the largest drop that we've really had since probably 2022. So yeah, pretty brutal drop on the S&P. And when the S&P drops and the general markets drop, risk on assets tend to drop a bit more. So Bitcoin's been absolutely belted. The S&P's been absolutely belted, and altcoins have been getting absolutely pummeled. And lastly, the last thing I like to talk about on my channel, which is Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance has been going up, which is never good for altcoins. If you're not familiar with this chart, talk about it all the time, but this is Bitcoin dominance. So in essence, when Bitcoin dominance is going down, that means that altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. When it's going up, that means that Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. Usually the pattern is we have a slow climb up for 3 years of Bitcoin dominance, and then we have a sharp drop off for 1 year. And that 1 year is alt season. And in that time period, people make crazy amounts of money off their altcoins. And these yellow vertical lines indicate the Bitcoin halvings. And what we've seen in the past has been 7 months after the Bitcoin halving, sharp drop off in Bitcoin dominance. 7 months after the Bitcoin halving, sharp drop off in Bitcoin dominance. We're currently 10 months after the Bitcoin halving, and we're looking for that drop off in Bitcoin dominance. And when that happens and alt season absolutely starts cooking, that's when we're going to make the most of our money. Has been a couple of months longer than I would have anticipated. However, there has been so many different macroeconomic things which have been causing all of these events, which I won't go too much further into. I'm sure you're pretty well aware of what I'm talking about. Alrighty, now let's talk about KASPA. I did have a massive buy, as I mentioned, of KASPA the other day. Why is that? Well, that's for a number of different reasons. So if you want to have a look at KASPA on the chart, first glance of it, you can see that we were in this range for such a long period of time. So we were in this range for 464 days. We broke below it and then we reclaimed the range. However, then Bitcoin started to absolutely nuke. When Bitcoin nuked, obviously altcoins broke down at a greater rate than Bitcoin, so KASPA broke below that range. Now, next support level was coming in at around that 5 cents. However, I think we've potentially front run that level. I was having a look in the charts and I wanted to front run that, so I bought in sub 6 cents, which at the moment is almost Pico lows. So yeah, pretty happy with that entry right now. But why have I been buying in Caspa? Well, the same reason that I've been bullish on Caspa for such a long period of time. Nothing has changed. We have a Coinbase futures listing. We've already got a Binance futures listing. We've just had some massive upgrades. So if you're not familiar, we have just had our Crescendo update. So we have transitioned to 10 blocks per second. Now that has gone pretty seamlessly, which has been great. And we're going to run on testnet for a few weeks before we fork to mainnet. And they're looking for their final deployment to happen in April or May to mainnet. So yeah, pretty damn exciting, crazy technology. I think this card sums up pretty well why I'm so bullish on Caspa. So it's the world's first block DAG, fastest open source, decentralized and fully scalable layer 1. It was fair launched. It's also over 90% fully diluted. The founder was mentioned in Ethereum's white paper. It is undoubtedly some pretty amazing technology. And the reason that I got so bullish on Caspa in the first place was because it set out to do what Bitcoin set out to do initially, which is be that peer-to-peer digital payment solution. Now, Bitcoin doesn't solve the blockchain trilemma. It is older tech, which is slower and more suitable as a store of value. Caspa, however, is new technology. It is newer, faster, and more advanced technology. Not saying it's better technology, it just has a different use case. And I think there is going to be a massive demand for a global digital silver. Caspa, I think, is primed to be in a pretty good position to compete for that. If Caspa wins the race to be that digital silver, it is going absolutely parabolic. So that is my thesis on why I invest in Caspa. And that hasn't changed. Caspa is progressing exactly as we want. Nothing has changed other than the price. The market nuked, Caspa nuked. All that means to me is it gives me more time to accumulate a large bag of Caspa. So yeah, I'm not concerned about all the macroeconomic stuff that has been hurting crypto. I'm in Caspa because I see that it is a special project. It is something different. It is something exciting. And I think it's genuinely something that is needed. In a space that is full of rugs, scams, and vaporware, Caspa is that shining light. It is different. It is something that I think is needed. And I do think it will make crypto a better place. So yeah. Anyway, for me, super excited on Crescendo. Awesome. Hats off to the Caspa team. Did an absolutely stellar job with it. They've been working, constantly building, developing, doing their thing. So yeah, regardless of how the market is looking, I'm just seeing this as another time to scoop up more Caspa. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me today, legends. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. As always, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.